Hi, my name is Larry Murray. I'm an AUPE pension representative. I work here out of Edmonton, Alberta headquarters. I have more than 35 years of experience in the pension industry and currently sit as the AUPE representative and Vice Chair of the Public Service Pension Plan Board. Previously, I was AUPE's representative on the Local Authorities Pension Plan Board. My background includes governance, pension plan administration, consulting, regulation, and working for a corporate sponsor of a domestic and international pension programs. I really wish I could tell you that government is telling you everything you need to know about the changes that they plan to make to your pension plan. The Finance Minister has said the changes are modest and that they're designed to make sure there isn't a crisis in the future. But in reality, there is no crisis. The LAPP Board has confirmed this, saying, and I quote, "The Minister has acknowledged LAPP is not in a crisis, and the Board is encouraged to see the Minister has recognized this. The plans are on solid financial footing today, and they are still the best way to ensure you have an adequate income when you retire. Our RSPs just cannot compete, whether you manage them yourself or a broker does it for you. Although there is no crisis, the Minister has proposed major changes to your pension. The changes will cost some members hundreds or thousands of dollars per year when they can least afford it, that being during their retirement. The first problem is cost of living adjustment. The cost of living adjustment to your pension plan. Right now, your pension benefit is automatically adjusted to keep up with at least 60% of the increase in the Alberta cost of living. The proposal will reduce that to a target of 50% of the Alberta cost of living. COLA isn't perfect. 5 years at 2.5% inflation will reduce your buying power by 5%. But that's far better than what the government is proposing. The Finance Minister says that during the years of bad performance or when the plan faces a shortfall, there may be no COLA at all. Here's how that can affect your retirement. 5 years of 2.5% inflation with no cost of living adjustment would reduce your benefit by 13%. The next problem is the end of the 85 factor. Most of you probably know about the 85 factor, but let me explain it for those who don't. The 85 factor means that if you are 55 years of age or older, and your age and years of pensionable service total 85 or more points, you can retire early without paying a penalty on your accrued pension benefit. It's not the same as retiring with a full pension you would get if you retired after 35 years of membership in the pension plan, but it means you don't pay a penalty for leaving the plan early. Right now, that penalty is 3% per year. If you have the 85 factor at age 55, you're avoiding a 30% penalty on your monthly pension income. If you have the 85 factor at age 60, you're avoiding a 15% penalty. Without the 85 factor, you're probably going to want to work till you're age 65, whether you like it or not. It would just be too costly not to keep working. If you think that's bad, I hate to tell you, but it gets a lot worse. That's because the proposal would also increase the early retirement penalty from 3% to between 4.5% to 6%. Right now, you pay a 3% penalty for every year you retire before age 65, or for every year before you would get your 85 factor, whichever comes first. With the 85 factor gone, you pay the penalty on every year before age 65. Retiring 10 years early under the proposed plan will reduce your accrued benefit by 45 to 60%. Keep in mind that's a reduction to the benefit you earned by age 55, not the benefit you would get at age 65. The changes to the 85 factor, the COLA, and the early retirement penalties we just discussed will affect all your benefits earned after 2015. But now there's one more piece of bad news, and it affects every one of you and all your benefits, both before and after 2016. In fact, it may even affect people who are collecting their pensions right now. The worst part of the government's proposal is the plan to put a cap on contributions to both the Local Authorities Pension Plan and the Public Service Pension Plan. They haven't said what that cap will look like, but we anticipate it would look pretty near current contribution levels. Currently, there is no cap on contribution rates, and that's a good thing. And let me explain. We know that current contribution rates are higher than many of you would like, but this is a temporary measure, mainly to make up for losses the plans have suffered when the markets crashed in 2001 and again in 2008. The special catch-up contributions are scheduled to begin decreasing in 2018. What they do is ensure the plans are sustainable. Sustainable pensions are exactly what the Minister of Finance says he wants. The problem is that by putting a cap on contribution rates, the pension plans will not be able to recover when there is another market crash. If contribution rates are capped, the only way to make up for future shortfalls in the plan is to reduce benefits. The government has been very cagey about this point. If you ask a government MLA directly, they are almost certainly going to avoid answering you. In recent information sessions, a number of our members asked this very question. Eventually, they heard the truth. Benefits could be reduced. So in conclusion, these proposals will fundamentally change the nature of your pension plan. If these proposals go through, it is the end of the pension you were promised. There will be no defined benefit. Instead, you will get a target benefit. The difference between the two is the financial security you get in your retirement. With a defined benefit pension plan, you get a guaranteed monthly benefit, regardless of how the plan performs, obviously as long as the fund continues. With a target benefit plan, your monthly benefit is at the mercy of the plan's investment performance. A target benefit plan means you will be locked into paying for a benefit that could decrease when you least afford it. I encourage you to do everything you can to stop these changes to your plan. Let your MLA know that there will be political consequences.